Good morning, friends. We are on Chapter 40, Criminal Case, Southern Virginia. In August 2001, about the time Jamie May was discovering how many injured Washington workers were dying from painkiller overdoses, and reports of widespread Oxycontin abuse were circulating through Appalachia, John Brownlee took the job of U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Virginia. The office is a small one with only 24 attorneys, but it was located near the gathering opiate storm. Brownlee had a sterling Republican Party pedigree. His father had once been Secretary of the Army. Brownlee was in the Army Reserve and continued to perform his reservist service while U.S. Attorney. He was being mentioned as a possible future governor of Virginia or a state attorney general. Years later, after all that transpired, when Brownlee was in private practice and those possibilities were no longer being discussed, I spoke with him at some length by telephone. During his years as U.S. Attorney, he said, people were dying of overdoses across the states of Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio, and Southern Virginia. Other prosecutors' offices were indicting notorious pill mill doctors, David Proctor among them. Brownlee's office jumped into the fray with a controversial prosecution of a Roanoke doctor named Cecil Knox, whose state records showed was a prolific prescriber of Oxycontin. From there, Brownlee said, he decided to take a broader view of what was going on. We looked at this and said, we should take a look at the company marketing this stuff, he said. He subpoenaed all Purdue's records relating to marketing Oxycontin. The records numbered in the millions of pages and emails. Federal employees took up residence in a conference room on a floor of Purdue headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut, and copied company files for months. Brownlee said the records showed how the company was training salespeople to sell Oxycontin as if it were non-addictive and did not provoke withdrawal symptoms. Physicians, therefore, could feel comfortable prescribing it for many kinds of pain. One of the pieces of evidence that was looked at were call notes. The company had a process in which salesmen would go to a doctor, then summarize what was discussed. That went back to a central clearinghouse. Once we were able to see those, we began to see a pattern of conduct. Is this a few rogue guys, or is this more of a corporate policy? It became clear that this was more than a few rogue salesmen. They were trained to sell the drug in a way that was simply not accurate. That was some of the best evidence of misbranding. It was an extremely high percentage of sales reps in various states who were making these allegations. This was done in all 50 states. That's when you rise to corporate culpability. By the fall of 2006, John Brownlee was prepared to file a case of criminal misbranding against Purdue Pharma, the maker of Oxycontin. Have a good day, friends.